دیدم صنمی سرفدی رو جمالی
درود، namaste, salam alaikum. Welcome to our channel. Let's start the story from the place we put it down. So Shanann was suspicious of her husband, and she was right. The trip to North Carolina ended. They came back home, and like in a very small period, maybe 2-3 days after they came back home, Shanann had to go to Phoenix for a business trip. It's very common in MLM companies to have like seminars and bring people, and like basically that's how they bring people inside their business.
Yeah, because again it's a whole networking thing.
Yeah, exactly, networking.
Which is what Shanann was doing with her
and
online
she,
thing as
like,
well.
If like the place was very a beautiful place, or it was a luxury place, she had the right to take Bella and Sissy and Chris.
Oh, so she used to take them sometimes?
She has done it like also sometimes.
Okay.
So this Phoenix trip was supposed to be from the morning of August 11, 2018 till the evening of August 12th. But it happened exactly at the same time, but the evening of 12th, the flight was delayed. So because of that, when they reached Colorado, it was around like 1 o'clock in the morning, and Shanann had a very good friend, which was her co-worker as well, named Nicole. And Nicole, because it was late, she dropped Shanann. And
so Nicole was on the trip with her?
Yeah, they were working, both of them are working.
Okay, they were co-workers.
And Level. Yeah. Last sight of Shanann being alive is her entering the house. Their house has only like camera, doorbell camera. You can see her entering the house, and it's around 2 a.m. And next morning, Shanann had a sonography appointment because lately Nico's heartbeat was not regular, and they were very worried about that. So she was supposed to attend that appointment. Like her appointment was 9 o'clock, and Nicole messaged her maybe around 10, and she didn't answer the message, which was very rare for Shanann, because as I told you, her work fully was with phone, being online all the time, answering messages, going live, putting pictures, putting videos. So not answering a message for 1 hour was very boring for
because she was always on the phone.
Yeah, always online. Like it was impossible that she didn't have her phone. So Nicola started calling her, and she called, no answer, and she called 4-5 times, and the phone went off. And that was the point that Nicole got very worried. So she told her...
The phone went off?
Yeah. So
okay, so probably it ran out of charge or something.
Yeah, either ran out of charge, or like it was like somebody has turned it off, and it was very worrying for Nicole, because she knew that there is no way that Shanann will turn off her phone. So she took her teenage son with herself, and they went to the Watts home. And Nicole knew the code to enter Shannon's house, entered the code, but when she tried to open the door, there was a manual lock also from inside.
Like a stopper.
So she could see from the little bit that the door was open, that Shannon's flip-flops are there, and she started like calling her and Bella and Cece, and nobody was answering. At the same time, this kind of code systems have somebody entered the code to your home and you are not there, then you will get a notification. So Chris got a notification that Nicole is trying to enter their house, and he didn't know that it's Nicole, but obviously when he turned on the camera, he saw that it's Nicole. So he called Nicole and said, "What are you doing? Why do you want to enter my house?" And she said, "I cannot contact Shanann, and she was supposed to go for this and that." And she said, "Oh no, don't worry, We had an emotional discussion when she came home, and she said that she's going to take the girls for a play date. So Shanann was a super protective mother. She had just had a very bad fight with her mother-in-law over her children. And what Chris said that didn't make sense for Nicole, because she saw that Shannon's car is there and the girls' car seats are there. So she told Chris that Shannon's car is here, how she can go. And Chris said maybe the friend has picked her up. And then obviously Nicole said, if the friend has picked her up, why the car seats are here? Shanann would not take her children without car seats.
So they were obviously really close, Nicole and Shanann.
Yeah, she had a coat to the house, obviously.
Yeah.
So she told Chris that I am going to call for a wellness check. And Chris said, what? No, don't make it so. Why are you making it complicated? I'm on my way home. We will try and find her. I will reach in 5 minutes. And they hung up.
So Chris is the one who called her.
Chris called to say what business do you have.
So what I wanted to know was, because it's very clear that they were co-workers and obviously very close. If she had the code to entering their home, when she was trying when Nicole was trying to call Shanann, and she didn't answer and stuff, she never called the husband?
No.
Okay, so there was something there as well, maybe?
No, she was one of the people that knew that the marriage is facing a little bit of problems.
Okay.
So that's why.
So she was like the bestie who was okay.
Like that's why she also.
So she never called him.
That's why she didn't also believe him, and she said, "I'm going to call the police."
Right.
Like usually, if you're on good terms with your friend's husband,
you will immediately call. Exactly. Yeah.
So. She anyway called the police. The first officer who attended the scene was Officer Conrad, and he started talking to Nicole. Nicole explained to him what is.
And the guy hasn't reached the scene as yet.
No.
Oh, so he said, "Don't worry, I'm reaching in 5 minutes." But she called the cops anyway.
He said around 3 to 4 times that I am 5 minutes away, but it was not 5 minutes away.
So she just made the call.
I think he left. I think when he saw Nicole is when he left the oil field.
Right.
And it was anyway 45 minutes away from the house. So he was just saying.
He was trying to stall her in a way.
To stop her from calling the police and all of that. She anyway called. Officer Conrad come. And you can see the footage of his body cam. He attends the scene, talks to Nicole, finds her concern valid, pregnant woman, 2 children, no reasonable thing to know where are they, and obviously she has skipped an appointment about her child's heartbeat. It's a very big thing.
Right.
So the police officer told Nicole, call Chris and tell him to give me the garage code so I can enter the house from the garage door. You know how is American
house. They have
so you open that, there is a door that you can enter that. So Nicole did call, and Officer Conrad started talking to Chris and said that, and Chris said, oh no, that code doesn't work, wait, I'm on my way, I will reach in 5 minutes. Eventually, Chris reached and entered the garage, and instead of letting them in, closed the door. He went inside himself, spent some time, around 2 minutes, and then opened the front door and let them in.
He went through the garage door?
Yeah, not with the code, with his remote.
But he went in and shut it off.
Yeah, shut it off. He went inside and then.
So where were the cops at that time, waiting at the front door?
Obviously, you don't say there is a law called stand your ground.
Right.
As long as the person who owns the house doesn't let you in, you cannot follow him.
Yeah.
So in America, that is the thing.
It's very strict, yeah.
So that happened, and then obviously Officer Conrad came inside. They couldn't find anything. Shannon's purse is there. Kids' medicines is there. And Nicole finds Shannon's phone between the couch seats, which is
buried in the middle of it.
Which has gone off. like obviously has run out of charge, and it shows that there is no way that they are somewhere. Kids'
Right.
medicine, most importantly,
Right.
kids' medicine is at home. So they, obviously because of the police car and all, the neighbor next door comes and sees and asks what is the problem, and Professor Conrad tells him that what is the problem, and he says, I have a camera which faces the Watts house, you can come and see my footage. So till this time, Chris is very calm and collected. In general, Chris is a very calm and collected person. And they enter the guy's house and he brings the footage from last night, like basically that morning, like around 5 o'clock. He turns it on and it shows that Chris comes out and takes his strike inside, like a little bit inside, and in middle of this, Chris is very jumpy and he's very stressed, and he's trying to, for no reason, like say, oh, I took it in because there have been burglaries in the area, and nobody has asked you, dude.
While
Just
he's watching
chill.
the CCTV
Yeah,
thing.
just chill. He is about to have a heart attack. Like, he is very jumpy. And then it shows that Chris goes inside the house 3 times, comes back with something white, puts it in his truck.
With something white.
Yeah. Handling something white 3
So
times.
the neighbor's camera is
Yeah.
can capture that.
Yeah, but it's not obvious what is it. Like,
Right.
it can be anything.
Right.
And 3 times he goes and comes back, and then he like leaves the house and goes to work. And after this, I don't know what happens, that Chris says, okay, I will go home and bring something. And the minute he leaves, you can see from Officer Conrad's camera that the neighbor tells Officer Conrad, see, Chris is usually a very calm and collected person. I cannot trust him. What I'm seeing is that he's very jumpy. He's done something. And Officer Conrad says, seriously? And he says, yes. The neighbor says, it's not the Chris I know. I've been living next to him for 8 years, and this is not 8 years, 6 years, but this is not the Chris I've seen all my life.
Right.
The way he's
So
fidgety
when
and
Chris
all,
has gone out,
he
he's got
goes
a
out
chance
like
to talk to the
yeah,
cops
yeah.
separately.
So he says, like, it's like that. So after this, Detective Homer comes to the scene, and he talks to he talks to Chris, and Chris's story doesn't match with the story he has told Conrad. So he has told Conrad that I woke up, Shanann reached home around 2, I woke up at 5, and we had an emotional discussion about the fact that I want a divorce.
That I want a divorce.
That's why she has left the house, in my opinion.
Huh.
Then Officer, but then when Detective Homer comes, first Chris says Shanann reached home at 1:48. Dude, what were you doing? Have you been sitting and checking your watch? 1:48.
Oh, he gave it down to the minute.
Yeah, she reached home at 1:48, and we started the fight. Like, he always says it was not a altercation, it was not a fight, it was an emotional conversation. We had the emotional conversation at 4 o'clock. He has told Conrad, I woke up at 5 o'clock and we had the conversation.
So he's told the cop 5 o'clock, he's telling the detective 4 o'clock
4 o'clock, we had the conversation.
And she's reached home at 1:48 is what he has said.
He tells the detective.
Okay.
But he tells the cop that around 2.
Right.
So when they see that he talks like this, and they bring cadaver dogs, basically, which looks for the, like, a smell of body or like an injury and all of that, they bring them. And at the same time, they tell Chris that you have to plead to the media and we are going to plan interviews for you. So this interview is very infamous in the history. Nowadays, even guy in this interview is talking like Chris Watts. He is guilty. Because Chris Watts is very defensive in his interview and he is talking only about the things that are factual, like how he how he puts his children to sleep, how he talks to them, how they eat dinner, how the house has been empty and he couldn't sleep and he just want everybody back. And the thing is, like when he talks about Bella and Celeste, he becomes a little bit emotional. You can see a little bit emotions in his face.
Yeah, this is the one I was watching.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But he never talks about Shanann with love or
So
emotion.
what I wanted to ask you in the timeline of this, the interviews that they had with the cops orchestrated this basically.
Yeah, this is
So
all
how
happening on
far was
13th.
it from the time when the cops came in, the neighbor said this? How far apart was it?
It's like in the evening of that.
Okay.
Yeah, they are doing it.
So you're trying to
fast,
tell me?
So fast.
Oh my God! It was the evening.
Yeah.
So
if
a couple of.
Hi, this is editing Golara. As I said earlier in a text, I made a mistake. That night they leave Chris to sleep in the empty house and they don't actually search well also. Later they come and search well, which I'm going to say what they found, and I'm going to talk about some phone calls, which that phone calls happened at the early mornings of August 14 between Chris and Nicole. Meanwhile, a detective is trying to call Chris and he acts very strangely, and at the end of the day he calls the detective on his phone call and he calls Nicole on his cell phone, and I think he wants to let Nicole hear what the detective has to say or something like that. It's a very strange thing. So the interviews were set for the next day, the media plea and all of that were set for the next day, and his interview with police also was set for the next day. For the first day they left him as a grieving father actually and let him to have the interview and show a good face from himself.
Hours.
Basically, if Nicole was not there, none of this would have happened.
So the YouTube thing that I was watching of
Is there like 4 5 o'clock on the 13th?
and he was speaking. Okay, scared.
And he
Scared,
is-
yes, but
Not scared. His face is the most chilled. face.
yeah. What I mean is
And
the
he is
calmness. Like
he is so calm.
you've lost your wife and 2 children, and he's just folding his hands
And
and
the most, like one thing he says, Bella was going to start kindergarten next week. How do you know Bella is dead?
was
That you are using past tense, was going to.
right.
And another thing that comes out is that he has called the children's schools and said they won't be attending from tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So these things come out. Christopher, FBI, next day, FBI gets involved. Like
FBI?
Yeah. Two child, one pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
FBI gets involved.
Right.
So he goes in for his first interrogation. His first interrogation, his story changes up, down, like this happened, I wanted a divorce, Shanann was very emotional about this and that. And one woman entered the cop station, introduced herself as Nicole Kassinger, and she said, I am Chris Watts' girlfriend. And I didn't know that his wife was pregnant, and as soon as I heard that his wife and children are missing and it might be a homicide case, I came here to help you in any way I can. Now, Nicole Kassinger did that Because there is a very famous story about another man who killed his pregnant wife because of his mistress. The name of that case is Scott Peterson and Leslie and Scott Peterson, and that I'm also going to cover. But in that story, actually Amber didn't even know that Scott is married. And she went to the police and she helped the police, and she even wore a microphone, and she even tapped her phone, and all of that she gave to the police as like evidence.
Right.
But Nicole entered, and they said, can we have, like, obviously when she's talking her story doesn't match.
And her name is Nicole, said, by the way.
She has the same name as the
best friend.
As the best friend, and then like a little bit annoying is, we are not sure, but annoying is her name is Nicole, and she spells it Nicole, and Chris wanted to name the boy Nico, Nico.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So Nicole says that they started talking around Father's Day, and he told her that he has two children, which she thought it's cute, and he's told her that they are fully separated. He's sleeping in the basement. Shanann sleeps upstairs till they can sell the house and get separated fully, and the divorce is in the process, and she had no idea that they were on good terms. And then she says, no, I never gone to their house in her first interview, and then in the second interview she said, oh, I have gone to their house only twice. And then it turns out that she's been to the house more than 10 times. She has even driven Shannon's car while she was away in that 6 weeks.
Because she used to keep traveling.
Yeah. No, 6 weeks she was in North Carolina, no?
Right.
So see, this relationship is so young.
So fairly new.
Yeah, June to August.
Right.
Like end of June to August. Like think about 1.5, close to 2 months.
So it's like literally like a hookup.
Yeah, exactly. And her story changes, and the fact that her story changes makes the cops ask for her phone. Nicole was Chris's co-worker in that company, Anadarko Petroleum, and Nicole said that Chris has approached her, and first it was just talking, and then it became a little bit more intense, and then he got her phone number and all of that. And then she said, we always been at my house. We have been in public place only once. And she lied. So they took her phone. It's funny. And they took her phone, and obviously when they searched the phone, they also go for the deleted stuff. So they went to her search history, and her search history shows that can you delete messages in a way that cops cannot find them.
She searched that.
The man I'm dating says he's going to leave his wife and marry me. Will men marry their mistresses?
Oh my God.
She's been searching for wedding dresses.
But you just said this was a couple of months. What the hell is going on? And she was a co-worker.
Yeah, and one fact is that right now I can't say Nicole Kassinger, but 6 years ago, like around 1 year after this thing happened, she actually did something that she would file a lawsuit against whoever would name her. So around 2 years, people would call her NK. If you watch Chris Watts videos around that time, nobody says Nicole Kassinger.
Filed a lawsuit based on what?
Based on
you can't use my name.
Defamation.
That you can't use my name.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
They would say NK.
Wow. Sometimes I think our laws are warped, and sometimes I realize that the loopholes that the Western nations can find in their law are crazy.
YouTube would take down the video, and you have vote for that video.
Right.
I didn't know back then, but it's a job.
Absolutely.
So people were like, okay, it doesn't worth the headache, I will just say NK.
Oh my God.
But now that thing doesn't go anyway. So after they realize Nicole is also lying, let's go back to Chris. Chris is now sitting with FBI.
Right.
And he is continuing his nonsense. One woman officer enters Chris's room and says, are you willing to give a lie detector test so we can see if you're telling us the truth, that you don't know where are Shanann and the girls? And he says yes. And the woman does the lie detector test, and he fails miserably. He fails, and that fail is what the detectives of FBI start using against him. So basically, a lie detective test is not legit.
Yeah, I think you were the one who told me that it's not admissible in the court of law, right?
You cannot convict anybody based on that. But
right.
You can.
So by the way, I never knew this until you told me.
That is the
that it's not admissible.
So obviously, Chris doesn't know it. Many people who have done it, like us, which are in true crime community, know it. But how they use it, you have when somebody comes and tells you you have failed the test, you already get into a very defensive mode and you get very depressed. Right. Imagine even if it's a math test. Now imagine it's a lie detective test and they come to you and say, I know that you lied.
Yeah.
So the woman comes, sits in front of Chris and says, I know that you lied. I appreciate that although you knew, you will.
Okay, so I have a question. Like you're saying, a lot of us don't know that it's not admissible in court, right? So let's say this FBI agent came into the room and asked Chris, are you willing to take a lie detector test? And he says no. Does that spoil his case, or it's fine?
In general, at that time, Chris could any minute say, I don't want to sit here anymore and just get up and go home.
He could.
That is also something that people don't know.
Right.
As long as nobody has charged you, you can do two things. I'm not talking till my lawyer is there. Right. They cannot keep you more than 24 hours.
Correct. Yeah, that I know, yes.
And another thing is, you can get up and just go if they are not talking in a way that they... So, see, that lawyer I want is in a way that they are accusing you.
Right.
Then you say, I want my lawyer, and they can hold you only for 24 hours. Worst case scenario, 36.
Unless they have damning evidence against you, they can't do anything.
They charge you.
Correct.
If they don't have, if they have not charged you, they have to let you go. Yeah. Worst case scenario, 36 hours. And if they are not accusing you, they are just asking you questions.
Right.
And you feel uncomfortable, you can just say, please stop it, I want to go home.
And they have to let you go until they gather something that
is... They gather something which is damning.
Right. Yeah. So the lie detector test was something way more further. He could have just said, listen guys, I'm uncomfortable. I want to go home. You guys don't have anything against me. I'm sorry. I'm going home. And he could have just walked up and gone.
Exactly.
That's what the law states.
Yeah. And there is another law I am sure you don't know and many other people don't know. Police is allowed to lie to the accused by law if they think that lie will make them talk.
On record.
Like they can tell you, I have evidence, I've talked to this guy and they have said something about you.
Right. But it obviously has to be recorded.
Yeah, but they don't care if it's been a lie. As long as it makes the person
the case.
As long as it makes the person they are interrogating confess
Yeah, I think I have seen that. Yes, I have
So
seen
they
that
can
in
easily
some
lie.
of the
So this
videos.
woman starts lying to Grace.
Right.
So she says, no, you are very brave, although you knew you were going to fail. You said, I appreciate that, this and that. But now I'm sure you know where are the bodies. Just tell us where are the bodies. When the Kadabra were there, they saw that the master bedroom and the girls' bedrooms, they don't have bed sheets, and girls' blankets are also not in the home. These are the only things which are lost.
Are missing.
And master bedrooms, untouched bed sheet and blanket of master bedroom are in the laundry basket to get washed. But the sheet, like a fit sheet, is not there.
Right.
So she starts talking to him and this and that, and so this is also a tactic that the police use. She tells him, did Shanann do something that made you angry? And you hurt her? Did she did
She'd sort of instigate you.
not you only, like, did she do something to the children? Basically, she gave him a way to lie
Right.
and just say, I just killed Shanann. So he said, can I talk to my father? After this, he said, can I talk to my father? His father had flew that day from North Carolina to Colorado. The father enters the house, enters the room, and he says, what has happened? And Chris breaks into tears and he says, I failed the lie detector case. And the father says, means what? You have actually done something to the children and Shanann? And he says, I killed Shanann. So here is where the part 2 finishes. Thank you for watching it, and please subscribe to our channel, like, share if you liked it, and we are very appreciative to the people who follow us. And please tell us in the comments if you like this style of making a case into smaller parts, smaller videos, but like in a series. And for the third part, I see you soon. Namaste. Khuda Hafiz.